What's up, beer drinkers? How y'all doing this week? Oh, we got another great show for you again this week. Not only do Sorcerer Chromatic and I drink some delicious beers and review them, we also got some great beer news. We talk about Tilray buying 4 brands from Molson Coors, 4 beer brands, craft beer brands, crafty beer brands, if you will. And then in our Cöld Brue List, we talk about the Mount Rushmore of breweries. Breweries, Mount Rushmores. And we talk about our own personal Mount Rushmore, which breweries we would have on it. And by this time, I'm drunk. So rewind real quick back to when we recorded this Saturday night. It was the night after my daughter's birthday party. So, of course, I'm drinking some beers at the birthday party, cooking some meat, playing some tunes. And yeah, so by the time I got back to the house and started drinking, I'm already slurring and everything. So I had a great time at the birthday party. In case you guys missed it, because I slurred during the show, I had mostly 805, and I bought a variety pack of Voodoo Ranger and all 3 beers in there. They were all different Juice Forces, Imperial Forces, whatever. They were 9.5%. So I didn't drink as many of those as the 805s because, I've been through this before. I got to pace myself. So I thought I did a really good job of pacing myself. I was able to get home and record pretty good. I didn't talk over my brother too much. We did have some connectivity issues, which we kind of figured out towards the end of the show. But yeah, so that was fun. Also got to give a shout out to my friend Ronnie. She gave me some of the latest Babe brew that they released in Oklahoma this past weekend. One is a golden stout and the other is a hazy IPA. I'll probably have them on the next 2 shows, consecutive shows, and I'll bust those out. So shout out to Ronnie. Thank you so much. And then what else? Oh yeah, I went to the Kings of Leon concert. Unfortunately, my friend Nate couldn't go. He had some personal issues he had to deal with, and so kind of last minute. But I don't blame him. I would have made the same choice myself. But I still had a good time at the concert. My friend Allie was there with her boyfriend. They sat in the row in front of me, so even though we didn't get to hang out too often, we still got to talk between the breaks and such. And yeah, and then we went out for a beer afterwards and I came home. At the concert, I drank 805 and I had a hop knot and a shot of tequila. And I think I spent I want to say $80 on the 2 beers and the shot of tequila. Oh man. Well, the shot of tequila was if you bought something, it was like $7 extra. So that wasn't too bad. But the beers were though. Anyway, I had a great time. Kings of Leon, they just tore it up, man. I had goosebumps like half the time. And they played my favorite song by them. It's called Closer. I don't know if you guys know it. It's on the Only by Night. I think that's the name of the album. Only If by Night, something like that. It's the same album with Use Somebody and Sex on Fire. And they did both of those songs. They did Use Somebody in the encore, Sex on Fire, halfway through the show. And funny thing about that song is, so there was 2 couples to the left of me. They didn't get there right away. The opening act was Phantogram, and I never heard them, but they were really good. I was digging their vibe, and the lead singer, she was awesome. The backup singer or the second singer, I don't know. He was not that great of a singer. He's a good backup singer, good harmonizer, but when he took the lead, it was like, ugh. All right, yeah, just put her back on because she tore it up. But and that was the first time I heard him, so I don't know them too well. So for any Phantogram fans out there, I apologize if he's your favorite singer, but she's way better live. And anyway, the 2 couples next to me, they got there right before Kings of Leon started, and I wasn't really paying attention to them because I was vibing out, man. I was singing along, not too loud. I didn't want to be that disrespectful guy who belts the tune out, and kind of drowns out the lead vocals that everyone's there to hear. But, not like I can't carry a tune. But yeah, so I was vibing out. I was leaning forward, and because we sat in the back row in section 200, the club level. And I swear to God, the row that I was in was kind of like that row that if you go with someone in a wheelchair, is going to sit next to you, because I was in two actually bolted down seats, and the rest of the seats were folding chairs. And I was kind of jealous because, like, if they had to get up and go to the bathroom, they could just pull out their folding chair and then walk to the bathroom. But I had to, like, say, excuse me, sorry, my seats don't pull out. But regardless, they got there, and I was leaning forward because I couldn't scoot my chair forward. So I was leaning forward on the bar that was in front of me. And I was sitting there vibing the whole time. But, side of my eye, I was kind of peeping what their actions were. And the two ladies stood up during Sex on Fire, and they were, jamming out. They were kind of dancing and grooving. I looked up, and they were kind of mouthing the words. So they're probably singing along. And then after that, like, I think they stayed for about like 3 or 4 more songs. So they were doing a lot of deep cuts. Like they did like Milk. That one's a weird song, but it's a real deep cut. And what's that one song? I think it's called like Racks or something like that. Yeah, that's another deep cut. But yeah, they kind of just like they left. They didn't even stay for the encore or anything. They just left. I'm like, what kind of fans are these? Unless maybe they're, maybe they knew the band and they were going backstage to hang out. But yeah, I was disappointed for those Kings of Leon's fans that just took off. Like, didn't even stay. They didn't even stay for the last song before the encore. They just kind of left. Man, they played so many great songs. Played like 4 songs from their new album, including the Mustang and Ballerina Radio and Split Screen and Nowhere to Run. I think Split Screen, Nowhere to Run are my 2 favorite ones off the new album. They play, of course, Pyro. I was hoping they would play like Wait for Me, and what's the Arizona? I could have swore they were gonna play Arizona. You're in fucking Arizona. You don't play the song Arizona? I love that song. I also wanted to hear Pickup Truck, but they didn't play that. But my favorite song by them is Closer, and they played that, and I just had goosebumps the whole fucking time, man. It was such a great show. Oh, I hope they come back. I'm gonna go see them again. I think the only negative thing, the only shitty part was the merchandise table, where there was like I only saw one merchandise table, and the line was way too long. And I was there for the concert. I wasn't there to buy merch. I think I saw the t-shirts were like $40. I'm like, oof. I might as well just pay $40 on their website and have it delivered to me, even though it's not the tour shirt, the one with all the CDs in the back. But that's fine. I don't really need that. I don't really even need their merch. I just want the memories of going to the concert, because you never take that away from me. So great. And I took some videos. Like, I try not to be the person who had the phone up all the time, but every once in a while when the song came up that I wanted to hear, I would like record like a verse, and then I put it away and listen to like the last 2/3 of the song. I think it took about 10 videos, but they played like around 15 or 20 songs, something like that. So it wasn't like I had it out all the time. It was great. A 5,000 seat stadium or arena or theater. Actually, it was a theater. So it was a 5,000. So it wasn't that loud. I bought those earplugs you get. I think I bought the brand I got was Eargasm, but there's a bunch of different ones, like Zounds, I think, is one that I saw that's all up on Instagram right now. It came into my algorithm because they knew I was going to a concert. Those fucking what do they call them? The data data miners. They got me. Yeah, so I bought some Eargasms and didn't even need them. The sound was great. It wasn't too loud. My ears weren't ringing when I got out of the concert. Not like when I went to go see AC/DC. And that was an outdoor concert. Jesus Christ, my ears are ringing for like 3 days. But anyway, awesome time at the concert. And yeah, and I think we went when I went with Allie and Sean over to, I forgot the name of the place. It was just right down the block. It was some big, huge, like upstairs bar, like in one of those little strip mall type. I wouldn't even call it strip, like entertainment plaza. And I just got a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So I got something simple. And because I didn't want to get too fucked up. I was driving home, and yeah, we just sat there and talked about the concert, and it was fun. Had a good time. So shout out to Allie and Sean, even though Allie barely ever listens to the show. Every once in a while she'll listen, but yeah, she don't listen. That's fine. I don't blame her. I wouldn't listen to myself either. All right. But I do thank you guys for listening, downloading, and listen to me yammer, and especially when I get super drunk and I talk over my brother. So don't forget to follow us on Untapped and on Instagram, Cöld Brue Podcast. So without further ado, it's time for another Cold Brew. Coming at you pre-recorded from Cöld Brue Studios. I am Greg. He is Sorcerer Chromatic, and he is actually in the mobile studio out there in somewhere in Central California. And we are Cöld Brue Podcast. How you doing, man?
Good. Central Valley, California.
Oh, Central. Excuse me.
Well, if so facto.
Right. How you doing this week, man?
Good. Been a little crazy, but good.
All right. Crazy is better than boring, right?
Yeah, my older daughter started school, so just adjusting to a new routine schedule and whatnot.
How's she like the new school?
So far, good. So good. No complaints. She's having short days so far. And it's another week of short days, and then they go to their full-time days, just to kind of transition them, if you will.
Yeah. That's good. I wish there was more transition days when we were adults.
Oh, there you go.
All right, let's get to, speaking of transitions, let's get to the beer, shall we?
Sure.
All right, today I have in front of me from our good friends out of Greely, Colorado. I'm talking about Weld Works Brewing Company. I have their DDH Vacay Every Day. It's a double dry hopped hazy double IPA. Do they have the hops on here? I do not see them. I might have to look this up on the interweb. DDH Vacay Every Day. Keep gold. Drink now. Dialed in beer. So, what do you got today?
Well, I have a beer that's what do I want to call this one? It's kind of a sentimental favorite.
Okay.
It's from Barrel House Brewing Company.
Ooh.
Down there in Paso Robles, California. And it's their mango IPA. One of their all-around just really good beers. I like this beer. It helped me get used to the idea of a fruited IPA. And mango works great with the bitterness. It's solid. It's kind of a what do I want to say? It's kind of a standard, like a cheat code almost, that I am drinking this beer to.
Okay, cool.
But with that said,
yeah.
According to the website, you have just discovered the most crushable IPA we've ever made. A perfect blend of citrus, hops, mango, and smooth finish. And a perfect balance of citrus, hops, mango, and smooth finish truly puts this beer in a league of its own. Grab a cold 6-pack and experience crushable mango goodness. 6.2% ABV, 45 IBUs. The hops are El Dorado and Amarillo. Infusion is mango.
Very nice.
So without any further ado, pop up.
All right, so mine, it pours just like any other hazy, double dry hopped hazy IPA. It's got a lot of citrus notes to it. It's a little bit of tropicalness and a little bit of pineapple-ness. Otherwise, it's just mostly citric. And it has, I looked it up, it has Citra, so that makes sense now. Citra hops and Lotus and Sabro hops. So it's very good. I think I'm going to, to be honest, even though I like this one, it kind of blends into all the other IPAs that I've had recently, the hazies. But I do like the doubles, and it has a sweeter flavor than the regulars or the single IPAs. So I will rate this one pretty good later on, but it's not going to be too high. So how do you like yours?
Gotcha. Good, good. Well, of course, you were talking about yours. I was sipping on mine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I like the balance. I like the flavor, the sweetness. The hops is there, but not too bitter for me. I still have my
Yeah.
my palate registered at, I believe 55 was my original IBUs before I
Oh
start
yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
considering it too hoppy. And at 45, it just registers right there for me. So
Okay.
although I appreciate more hoppy style beers these days, my what do I call it? My hop senses are still pretty dialed into what I
Mm,
first felt was a hoppy style beer.
gotcha. All right. So I'm a little bit surprised you have a IPA because that's not your jam, but I appreciate you broadening your horizons. I should do that more often on the show.
Yes, you should, and in life,
And
and
in
with
life.
me,
Okay.
and with family.
Come on, when's it gonna stop? All right, we will rate our beers later on during the show, during our Untapped portion of the show. Don't forget to follow us on Untapped, friend us, and we'll friend you back. But right now, it's time for some beer news. All right, the biggest news this week is from Tilray Brands. Have you heard of Tilray?
No, I haven't.
So Tilray they uh, they own some craft breweries now, and they just made a purchase on a bunch more. So Tilray, I think they first started off as a cannabis company, and then they started acquiring craft breweries, and they bought like I think I want to
Oh,
say like 5 or 6 from Molson Coors, not Blue Moon. They didn't buy Blue Moon, but they bought a few of them. Hold on, let me shoot. I had it right here, and then so Tilray acquires 4 craft brands from Molson Coors, according to the Brewbound article. They acquired Hop Valley Brewing Company out of Eugene, Oregon, Terrapin Beer Company in Athens, Georgia, Revolver Brewing in Granbury, Texas, and Atwater Brewery in Detroit, Michigan. So it seems to me that a few of the macro brewers like AB InBev, Molson Coors, and stuff, they got into the craft beer scene because it got hot. But then they realized, oh, it's not that hot, especially when we buy them. You know what I mean? Because it's like the major uh, brewing companies think that just because they buy a craft brewery, everyone's going to keep going to it. And there's a lot of beer nerds out there that like, nah, if you're a part of that conglomerate, we're out. You know what I mean? Hello?
yeah. I'm sorry. You kind of been cutting. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. I was talking about how like the big major beer brands when they buy craft breweries and they get disappointed, like when most now that Molson Coors has sold 4 of their breweries to a different entity. But what I'm saying, what my point was, like the major craft breweries buying the major breweries like the Molson Coors, AB InBev, Heineken, and then they buy the craft breweries and they don't do as well as they thought they were going to. I think some of it has to do with like the craft drinkers, craft beer drinkers being like, now that you're owned by somebody else, we're not going to buy you anymore.
I think that's got to be a percentage of that
Yeah.
staleness or lack of profits. Just to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, I wonder what that is or what that that affect. Um, you know, when it comes to examples of that, I mean, the only thing that really comes to mind is Ballast Point
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
because they were rolling. They were freaking great, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, and then that's the thing. They didn't even go to a bigger company. They just went to a distributor, right?
They went to Constellation Brands. Remember?
Yeah, but isn't Constellation a distributor, not a
Yeah,
not a producer?
yeah. They just own a bunch of different brands.
Yeah. I mean, that just comes to mind.
Yeah.
Also, too, it's kind of like they buy the craft brewery, and what they have is what they get. I mean, they don't. I think innovation is cut down a lot.
Oh, big time. All their. It seems to me like when you're that big, all you care about is efficiency more than innovation, and that's what is one of the big draws about craft beer, and that's why craft beer drinkers probably stop going to them.
Yeah. And then you look at some of the bigger ones, like Russian River.
Yeah,
They really got lightning in a bottle going on with, but it started with Pliny the Elder,
yeah,
right? And then they did Pliny the Younger, and then cool. I mean, th- they're not. I mean, as far as I know, they're not going to sell that anytime soon. But
right.
they're still innovating. They're still trying beers. They got the Pliny for President dry hopped. I mean, they still got their whole Belgian yeast series. I mean, they got a lot going on. It's
Yeah,
kind of like, if just hypothetically, if they were to be sold, would they still be doing stuff like that? Or would they just sit back and put their feet on the desk and, hey, release the Pliny?
that's a good point. Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up Russian River because you're right. They they made their stake in the beer world with their IPAs, but they are dedicated to their Belgian series and their sours, the wilds and everything too, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant by their Belgians. I'm sorry, they're sours. I mean, granted, they do have Belgians, but
Yeah.
yeah, the sour series. And then, like even Sierra Nevada, like they still got their tried and true, pale ale.
Mm-hmm.
However, the the hazy little thing and all the whole little thing line is kind of like their new jam, right? Every
Oh
time you
yeah,
turn around, there's
it's
a new one
popping off.
on the shelf.
So yeah, yeah, you're right. So anyway, so most of Coors spun off for their brands, and I'm not saying it's like a big deal, like as far as it's gonna turn those brands around, but at the same time, it's I think it's just telling like the bigger beer conglomerates are realizing that maybe getting into the craft beer game wasn't the best interest as far as their stockholders are concerned. They should just stay in their
Right.
lane or something.
Too much bottom line.
Yeah.
You sell out for the bottom line.
Right. All right, that's all I have. That's the big news this week. So that's all I have. You know what that means?
I think I do.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment on Cöld Brue Podcast because it's my favorite segment. It's time for the Cöld Brue List.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Do you have a favorite brewery?
Ooh, yeah, that's a great question because it changes, right? Like I think everyone migrates from one brewery to the next. But right now, if you were to ask me what my favorite brewery is, just because of the recency biased that I got some contains no juice, I would say Alvarado Street out of Monterey, California.
Yeah, that's nice pick. That's
Thank
a
you.
good call. It's hard to have a constant favorite
Right.
in this beer game.
You mean the game that you run, B?
Oh. Yes, Cuban B.
Good. Very good.
Abracadabra. No. Well, I have a list that the term gets used a lot. However, it's appropriate. It's the Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
The
yeah, yeah.
the craft beer Mount Rushmore. Now, that's the thing. Like, you could you could say right now Alvarado Street's your favorite,
Yeah.
and it could rotate between a top three, a top four, like Rush.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Mount Rushmore is the top four too, which is nice because top three is kind of cool, but there's always an honorable mention. So,
Yeah.
just keep the list tight and keep it at 4.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was going to say is, like, hypothetically, you could say Alvarado Street is your favorite. However, if you were to do a Mount Rushmore of the craft beer world, you could easily leave it off out of respect for some of the founders or some of the more successful ones or some of the more popular ones too.
Right. Yeah.
So, with that said, I got a list, actually 8 lists, if you will. They got the craft brewery Mount Rushmore of craft breweries according to 8 beer experts.
Okay.
I don't want to get too much into the experts, but I just want to see if we notice a pattern or a trend.
Okay.
Okay. So this first guy, we'll call him Aaron G. He's got Sierra Nevada.
Okay.
Samuel Adams.
Ooh,
Boston Beer
okay.
Company.
Couple of majors.
Russian River.
Ooh.
And Hill Farmstead. Okay, so I'm not too familiar with them.
I've heard of them, yeah. But I don't think I've ever had them.
Yeah. Yeah, it says
well, who is that?
Vermont
Aaron
style
G?
pales and
right.
IPAs. Interesting.
All right, what's next?
So, and then, dude,
oh yeah,
this is exactly what I'm talking about. He's got like 3 heavy hitters with Sierra, Sam Adams, and Russian River, and then he's kind of got his personal favorite, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he pays homage to like the more the major, the bigger ones, and then his favorite.
Right.
Okay.
Next is Courtney I, and he or she has Sierra Nevada, Dogfish Head, Allagash, and Bow and Arrow.
Oh, okay. All right. I've heard of bow and arrow, but I don't know if it's bow and arrow because there's also a bow and arrow as well.
No, yeah. This is Bow and Arrow.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not sure where they're out of, but I've heard of both.
All right. So next up is Mandy N, and she's got Samuel Adams, Bell's Brewery, Russian River, and the brewery. Okay.
Oh, okay. Out of San Diego.
All big hitters.
Yeah.
All right.
And Mandy, and that's Mandy Naglich, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought her book, and I'm almost done reading it, and then, yeah, she's I'm a big fan of her.
Cool.
Yep.
Next is Brad J, and he's got Sierra Nevada, Sam Adams, Brooklyn Brewery, and Russian River. So we're seeing a lot of patterns here.
Yeah.
And what I really can't knock any of these people's lists. Now, granted, like I haven't been to that Hill Farmstead or Bow and Arrow. However,
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't make it a bad day just because I don't know them.
Right? Yeah. I laughed at Brad J because I've known a lot of Bradley J's in my life, at least like 3 of them.
Huh.
Whether it's his middle name or last name, I've known 3 of them. Anyway, keep going.
All right. Next is Beth D.
All right.
She's got Youngling, Sierra Nevada, Russian River, and Bells. Interesting.
Yeah.
You see a lot of the same.
Yep. And there's a Yingling. That's the first thing. No matter where we go. All right, what's next?
Next is Doug V. V is in Victor.
Okay.
Although it's not Doug Victor. It's Doug Velicki, I think. But I don't know. I don't want to put your...
Doug Villalobos.
Yes. No relation isn't real.
Good knowledge. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got Port Brewing / Lost Abbey.
Oh, yeah.
Russian River.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got Hill Farmstead on here.
Hmm.
And Fathead.
Oh yeah, they're
Fathead
out
is
of
out of Pittsburgh.
yeah. Yes, they are. I like their logo. I've never had a beer, but I do like their logo.
Oh, sorry, he's in Pittsburgh. They're actually
They're out of
they're in
Ohio.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right next is Dave I.
Oh,
Let's see.
David Fonte. Like we read.
Yeah.
I've read a lot of his articles from Biden Pair.
He has a few articles in Playboy, which people buy Playboy for.
Good for him, man. Good for him.
Yes.
Hey, get him where you fit in, Dave.
He's got Anchor.
Mm.
Is this Anchor? Yeah, it's Anchor.
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't agree with that. I don't think Anchor would not be in my Mount Rushmore, but I
Rushmore,
I appreciate the shout out.
Blue Moon.
Oh, come on, Dave. Really? I know it's a popular brand, but come on.
Goose Island.
All right.
And New Glarus.
Oh, wow. Out of Wisconsin. Nice. All right. He saved it with that one, as far as I'm concerned. But to be honest, like the other ones make me not want to invite him on the show anymore.
Oh, gee. You know, again, every list has. I could see Blue Moon just because Blue Moon had huge crossover appeal.
Oh, yeah. I get that.
At the same time, yeah, you kind of, downplay what Blue Moon is,
Mhm.
but it's still got a lot of people trying new stuff. And then
Yeah.
Goose Island. I mean, I still love bourbon, Bourbon County brand stout.
Me too.
However,
Me too.
it's getting too pricey. I mean, seriously, I still see the bottles on the shelf from November, and they're like $25 at Total Wine Store. It's just like, damn.
No, I'm not paying more than like $10. Maybe like 12 or 13, but that's it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. So next is Ann B.
Okay. NB Davis, yes, from Brady Bunch fame.
She got Troig's Independent Brewing.
Oh, Trogs, yeah. Trogs.
Right? Troig's, yeah, okay. Allagash.
Nice. I know you like that one.
Maine Beer Company.
Oh, two from Maine? Come on, bro.
And here you go. Then Hitachino Brewery.
Oh, out of Japan.
Yeah.
You had the White Owl or whatever it's called, their white ale.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, you had it on the show.
They have a real nice rice lager too. Gosh, I could crush those. Like, I wish it was hot again.
Hey, come out to Arizona. It'll be fucking hot again.
All right, so real quick, I got a final scorecard.
Okay.
So so the following were just mentioned once. I'll go from one to the most. So Yuengling, Troig's, Port Brewing, Lost Abbey, New Glarus, Maine Beer Company, Hitachino, Goose Island, Fatheads, Dogfish, The Brewery, Brooklyn Brewery, Bow and Arrow, Blue Moon, and Anchor. They're all mentioned once.
Okay.
Considering this is a list of 8 people, that's, I don't know, more than half the list, right? But then those multiple times. So Hill Farmstead twice, Bell's Brewing twice, and Allagash twice. All right. So that's something to hang your hat on, really.
Yeah.
And then here we go. Sam Adams was 3 times, Sierra Nevada 4, and Russian River 5.
Oh, so Russian River is number 1 then on the list.
Yeah, technically the most constant brew, but
yeah,
it's very respectable for Sierra and Sam as well. So.
Oh yeah, true. I respect Maggie Naglich and then also Dave Infante, even though I made fun of him. Yeah, so if they're on this list, everyone else who are on this list have done probably a good service to the craft beer industry. So I respect all their lists, even though I wouldn't include the breweries on my list. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure.
Do you have a Mount Rushmore? I know we didn't talk about this beforehand. What, like right now, spur of the moment, your Mount Rushmore of craft breweries.
Oh, geez, that's hard.
All right,
That's hard.
I'll
Yeah,
give you
I'd
mine.
go with Sam Adams.
Okay.
I think that was one of my first loves. I gotta go Firestone just because of sentimental reasons.
Okay, I get it.
I gotta go Gord Beers too.
Yeah, they're
Jeez, that's
okay.
hard for me to break that
Yep.
up. I don't know. I mean, I really like what Altamont does.
Oh yeah, true.
You know, I'm a fan of Drake's, although I haven't had much of their stuff lately. You know, it just kind of depends
Yeah.
on the mood I'm in. But yeah, I mean, then I could even, I mean, that's the thing, dude. Like I like Russian River, but I don't drink Pliny a lot. You know,
Yeah, true.
but I love the going to younger releases or just being there. I mean, it's
You know, I still haven't had younger yet. One of these days.
right. Huh.
All right, so my Mount Rushmore would be Sierra Nevada, because fucking I love the pale ale. Like that's my bottom beach right there. Next would be Russian River, and shoot it, maybe fucking I just said Alvarado Street. That has to be on there. And then the my third one would be, and I feel bad because they're three California breweries, but god damn, they're so fucking good. And then out here, I would have to say it's Rent House Brewing. I want to give a shout out to my buddy over there at Catalyst Crafted Ales, Will, and even Alex. My talk with them is going to come out pretty soon, but man, bro, I have to go with the Rent House over or Catalyst right now at this juncture. So anyway, so that's my Mount Rushmore right
it.
now. But you know, it changes though, right? If you ask me in 6 months, it's gonna be it might be 4 different breweries at all. You know what I mean?
No, I get that for sure.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right, man. How's your beer treating you?
Good. Gone.
Good. No, yeah, mine's almost gone too. We're gonna rate our beers right now on Untapped. I'm going to.
Yeah, we really slam them on these short shows.
Yeah, sometimes, right? So, what did you have again? I forgot.
Barrel House Mango IPA.
Oh, nice. Mango IPA. I got it from Barrel House. What would you like to rate this beer at?
Oh, geez. I gotta give it a 4. I know I said some sentimental things, but when I think about it, it's not just an IPA. It's a West Coast fruited IPA.
There you go. Yep.
It's such a great beer. It's one of the few beers I recommend. I mean, when people want to try an IPA or just try something sweeter, I mean, this one it doesn't miss.
That's awesome because I know you're not a big IPA. You're not a big hophead, so that's awesome. It has an overall rating right now of 3.79. 3 of our friends have rated it for an average of 3.83, so you're giving it a 4. So you're even rating it higher than that. I love that because I love IPAs. What notes would you like to leave this?
Sweet, hoppy, and balanced.
Sweet, hoppy, and balanced. And save. Check in. Ali C gave it a 4.0. Monica H gave it a 4.0. And Aztec 77 gave it a 3.5. And that's it. Yeah. He rated it 3 times. I was scrolling to see if anyone else has rated it. So you rated it a little bit higher than him. So good for you. I had by Weldworks Brewing their Vacay Every Day. I like this one. This was actually, it kind of grew on me. At first I was like, maybe 3.5, 3.7. I'm going to give this a 4. A lot of citric notes in the up front, and even on the backside, it was I would say sweet, maybe like perceptibly sweet, because it's definitely not sweet. As far as the regular drinkability of it, let me see here. DH Vacay Every Day. All right, so it has an overall rating of 4.15. None of our friends have rated it yet, so I'm going to give it a 4.0. And I'm going to say it is citric and sweet. Save and check in. Moving right along to our Drunken Shenanigans, I do have 2 things I want to bring up. If you want to bring up something, I'll ask you in between. But first, have you been watching the Inside, or I was about to say Inside the NFL, but it's the Hard Knocks, the Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't watch any of the New York Giants, but I've been watching the Chicago Bears. Give me your take on what you've been watching on the Hard Knocks.
From watching the Giants one, which is kind of
Yeah.
the off season and the front office stuff, to watching them back with the team, it is refreshing. I don't know though. I just don't know enough Bears to really care.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I get that.
I mean, I know they got the number 1 pick, and I mean, I'm not trying to hate on them. I mean, good luck. They're covering him, but yeah, I mean, he's really got to play. I mean, a lot of people look good in practice, right? I mean, that's the whole point of practice.
But yeah, but you know what?
There.
The one thing I like what I've seen about Caleb Williams is I really like his leadership, or his, at least his inclusiveness of everybody on the team. It looks like he's a really fun person to be around and makes you feel good about yourself.
I get that, yeah.
Yeah, so I like that about him. And I don't know if you watched the games today, because it'll come out on the Hard Knock series this past week, but he's been making some great plays on the field. So
right, I haven't seen any preseason really. I don't get the what is it called, the NFL Network right now. So yeah.
Anyway, so
but
yeah,
I'm going to game tomorrow. So
but it'll be on Hard Knocks next week. He made some incredible plays, and if he could do that during the regular season and not get hurt, he might be like the next Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's got that potential, right?
Yeah, but this guy actually has the skill set to do that. Like, everyone has the potential, but this guy looks like he might be the real deal. So as long as he keeps doing that and doesn't get hurt, good for him. Power to you, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the one other thing I want to, and the one other thing I wanted to talk about was my daughter turned 13, man. I'm a dad of fucking teenager, bro. Can you believe it?
There you go. Right?
So crazy, man. So fucking crazy. It's awesome though, man. I mean, you have 2 daughters right now. They're like 4 and 2, right?
Yeah.
And Yeah, and I remember when my daughter was that age, and it was fun. It was great. At the same time, it was like, exhausting. Um, all I can say it gets better, but it doesn't get less less exhausting, man. It does
Oh,
not.
geez.
Anyway, we had a bunch of her friends over. Uh, well, her mom's house. It was her mom's house. We had the birthday party and we had a good time. And you know what? I had the new Voodoo Ranger variety pack. As far as the beers go, they have a peach force now. The what they call it, the juice force and the force
Force, yeah.
beers. Yeah. They have a peach force. Oh my god, dude! It up front, it's like got a citric tang to it, but when on the backside, it's all stone. It's all peach. It's amazing. It's actually really good. It's 9.5% alcohol by volume though.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's it's a big guy. It's a big dude, but it's really good. And then but mostly I drank 805s the whole time.
that's cool.
Yep. And then yeah, my daughter had a bunch of her friends over, and we had a good time. I did all the cooking as far as like the tri-tip roast and all the hot dogs and hamburgers and everything. I did all that cooking, like I usually do. And then yeah, so it was a good time, man. Had fun. I'll post it on Instagram maybe one day soon. But yeah, had a fun time. And she also was excited when um FaceTimed with your daughters. That was kind of cool too.
Uh, yeah,
I
that
liked
was
how
funny.
I liked how your youngest was like all the way in the other room, and then when she heard Kara was on FaceTime, she came into the room. She's like, "Oh, I want to talk to Kara."
Yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah. She's talking pretty good now, and she's still kind of funny with when she says stuff
Yeah, in fact,
like
our mom was saying when like she would sing songs and include like cousins in the lyrics. If she forgets to bring up Kara, she'd be like, "No, you forgot Kara. You have to sing it again."
oh geez,
So I thought that was kind of cute.
yeah. You know what she does is she'll like grab a pack of like I don't know, like fruit snacks or juice or yogurt or whatever,
Yeah,
and she'll hand it to you and she'll say, "Give me open."
give me open.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember our grandmother on our mom's side when she used to tell us like, "Give it alone."
Yeah.
Because English was their second language, so Spanish was their first. But she used to tell us,
Right.
"Give it alone" or "Close the light."
Yeah.
That
But
yeah, it reminds me of that.
translation.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. It's that yeah that's awesome. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. She understands so much too. So even though she doesn't talk too much, she'd say, go right there by the chair on the ground, and you told her to clean them up, and she'll go. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah.
your other daughter started TK. How's she like TK?
Like I said, so far so good.
Yeah.
It's been short days so far. So next week is short days again, and then the week after is when they go full time. So
Oh
we'll see
wow.
about that.
Have
But
you
she's coming home tired, so that's good for us.
right? Have you explained to her like her days are gonna get longer, or does she
No,
understand?
no, because she still stays at school for the after school program, so
Oh, okay.
it's going to be easy transition.
Oh, okay. All right, I get that. All right, that makes sense. Cool, man. All right, anything else you'd like to add to this episode of Cöld Brue Podcast?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Thank you for downloading yet again another Cöld Brue Podcast. I'm Greg. He is Sorcerer Chromatic, and we'd like to wish you cheers.
Until next time.